Okay, so let's get straight into it. Apologize for yesterday. I was out making money, so I got busy. Um, but let's talk about your money history. It's very important to understand that the way you spend money now is actually for many people is determined by the way you were brought up. And I'm fortunate that both my parents worked in conventional jobs, but then they later progressed and became entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs. So my outlook towards money is very different from someone that was raised and taught you must get a job, you've got to save, you've got to do these things, which is fine, but Susie Orman, in her book Steps to Financial Freedom, she narrates a story that just touches me, and I keep telling the story to so many people, and I want to share it with you just so that you can understand that you need to reevaluate the way you look at money. Are you actually dealing with your money correctly? Are you viewing it correctly? Some people say they've got no money. People say they don't have enough money. But please hear me clearly. I did not at any single point in time say that this is one of those get rich motivational talks or anything like that. No. I want you to be financially free. I want you to, when I say financially free, I want you to be able to sleep at night easily. It's something that my mom said to me, that, there's nothing like being able to sleep peacefully at night, knowing that you don't owe anybody any money, knowing that you've got everything that you need, and that tomorrow is a day that you can actually look forward to. And that's the type of freedom that a lot of people simply don't have. Before you start talking about Bugattis, yachts, planes, G-Wagons, let's talk about just having that peace of mind that enables you to actually wake up, have fresh ideas, and have ideas on how to make more money. So Susie Orman, in her book Steps to Financial Freedom, spoke of a story that touched me, because when I was growing up, I didn't have the best of everything. I went to great schools. My parents got divorced when I was 13, and it was a very difficult moment in my life, because when all the other kids were getting new stuff, I knew that my mom would struggle to get me any stuff that was even close to what they had. So I always felt bad to ask her for stuff, and that's why even to this day I often find myself just double checking myself, because I don't like asking people for things, because I always feel that it might be a burden. I don't want to be a burden to someone. I'd rather struggle through, work my way through. So during high school, a lot of boys, I went to a good school, I went to CBC, a lot of the kids had stuff, and I was fortunate that my mom became an entrepreneur and opened a takeaway, so I had food, and slowly but surely things came right. But for about a year or two, I was doing homework on crates on the floor. We didn't have proper beds, we didn't have a proper fridge, we didn't have a proper stove. And slowly but surely, my mom got these things. I'm going to tell you about Susie Woman now. But I learned then that money and things don't make you happy, because I was so happy at that point in time in my life that I realized that, you know what, I'm happy because I've got my sister. I'm happy because I've got my mom, and she has my back 125.96%. I was happy. I didn't have what the other kids had, but if you asked me if I was happy, I would have told you I was so happy. So please understand me when I say that money does not make you happy. It's not the root of happiness. And Susie Orman told the story of this boy that went on a camp, and at the end of the camp, everyone needed to produce $5 to get lunch at McDonald's. Subsequently, this boy didn't have the $5 simply because he forgot to give his parents the note for the group lunch, where the teacher said everybody needs to bring $5, and that would then be used to buy lunch. So literally everyone pulled out $5 for the lunch except for this boy. It scarred him so much that even as a middle-aged man, this man had a complex about people buying him food when they went out. So he was racking up high bills at restaurants. As a middle manager, you'd entertain clients, and he'd ask the client, where do you want to eat? Where do you like to eat? He'd tell them, His company would give him the tab, an entertainment tab for that, but he would extend the tab, just to make sure that his guests were comfortable. And he ended up running up a personal debt. I mean, can you imagine running up a personal debt of about $50,000 just on food alone? And this isn't even food that you're eating; it's food that you're giving to other people just for entertainment. And I know that right now that probably even speaks to some people. We see people popping bottles in the club and eating at fancy places, but I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy making something good at home and knowing that I've fully paid for the meal, that it's not on credit. It scarred that $5 scarred that man so much. It scarred him into a $50,000 debt that kept on rising. So guys, I want you to look back and ask yourself, the way I see money and the way I'm dealing with my money, is it based on my upbringing? I have friends that grew up poor, really, really poor. And the first things that they want to spend on when they get money is status symbols that show society that they are not poor. In Africa, one of the biggest status symbols is a car. Guys do not want, and I say guys, I mean men and women, they do not want to walk. Yet, if they go overseas or whatever, they've got no problem getting public transport because they're overseas. So why is it that we strive for things that create this fake impression? And I want you to I want you to start evaluating where you're building up fake impressions, where you've got issues, and you've got to be honest with yourself. Where are you struggling? Where are you spending money incorrectly on things that just boost your ego, but you don't really need to do that? Then you get some people that are like super conservative, and they save and save and save and save and save, and opportunities come their way, and they don't go out on those opportunities simply because they were taught, you've got to keep that money, you've got to keep whatever money you have. But a friend of mine messaged me the other day and said, you need money to make money. And yes, that's partially true. But at the end of the day, whether you've got money or you don't have money, it still comes down to what's between your ears, guys. And if you don't have good ideas, if you don't know how to use your money correctly and how to use the little money that you have, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. I'll repeat this again. This is not a get-rich-quick motivational month. This is a month to help you become financially free. I believe that, like I said in my first video, the poor you will always have with you. And it's as simple as this. You will either be poor or you'll be on the other side of poor. And I want you to be on the other side of poor. I live on the other side of poor. I kid you not. I am happy where I am. Do I have everything that I dream of? No, I do not. But the one thing that I have, and that I'm really, really proud of saying, I am happy. I am really, really happy. So guys, it's just advice. Take it or leave it, like I said. But please, please, please take time to just evaluate where you're coming from. A lot of your mistakes you've inherited. And no offense to your parents or whoever told you these things, but you just need to get out of it. You just need to get out of it, okay? And you can get out of it. And I'm here to help you to get out of it. There's people that I've been inviting, and they're going to share some advice. They're going to give you some tips on how to use their finances. So please, guys, listen up very, very, very carefully. I want to prove to you that there is a way out. There is definitely a way out, and not just from me, from other people. I want you to hear and to see from other people that it is possible, because I want to make it possible for you, no matter what situation it is. Pandemic, no pandemic. Economic downturn or no economic downturn. You can be financially free. Guys, been a pleasure. Let's look out for the next video.